Welcome to Emerald City Sports. My name is Joshua Ngo, and today we're going to be talking about all things soccer. We're going to talk about Seattle. We're going to talk about the U.S. women's national team that is playing in the FIFA Women's World Cup. And yes, this is a Seattle channel. We have to talk about the elephant in the room here, and that is Messi going I mean, absolutely playing as he is and scoring a ton of goals for his new team, Inter Miami. I am wearing the Mariners gear, which doesn't exactly fit, but we move on. We start with the Sounders. Now, this was very disappointing. We go into the League's Cup, play two matches against Real Salt Lake and Monterey. We lose against Salt Lake 3-0 on July 22nd. And then 8 days afterward, we lose to Monterey 4-2, pick up a red card, which means nothing. Which meant that person, I forgot who, wouldn't play in the next League's Cup match. But that doesn't matter because we're out and we needed to win by 3 goals only because we lost to Real Salt Lake 3-0 and Monterey beat Real Salt Lake 3. And the start of the game was phenomenal. 3 minutes, 3 minutes in, or like 2 or 3 minutes in, score the first goal. Amazing, 1-0. 3 minutes afterward, in the 6th minute, we score another goal, 2-0. But then that's when the downfall happens. Monterey took a goal last minute to end the half on a bad penalty kick by Albert Rusnak. And yes, during both of these games, Stephen Fry wasn't Stephen Fry played the Salt Lake match, but did not play against Monterey because he hurt his finger during the Salt Lake match. So it was up to our backup goalkeeper, also named Stephen Cleveland, to try to clutch it up for the Sounders, and that wasn't happened. He was able to play good, made spectacular saves during the first half, but then the second half, the goals started coming in. We needed to win by 3, and we just lost by 2. We go out of the League's Cup, and we take a 3-week break. We are already almost done with that first week, and we just wait out the rest of the League's Cup. We miss another chance to win that CONCACAF Champions League spot. Doesn't matter though, since we're already qualified for the FIFA World Cup in 2025 because we won the Champions League in 2022. But I think we just blew a chance to showcase our stuff, miss out playing more games, and now we just have to take the time. Stephen Fry got surgery or is starting to heal from his finger. He should be back, but then we have to wait another 2 weeks for a Sounders match between Atlanta United on August 20th, and I think Atlanta United, I think, I will check, but Atlanta United is still in the League's Cup. No, they're not. No, they're not. They are not in the League's Cup. They're out, so they are also on the group stage. So we'll both take the same amount of time over basically a 3-week break to prepare for this match against Atlanta United. The Sounders I think we have so many really good attacking pieces that we don't know what to do with now. We got Raul Diaz can put in goals, Jordan Morris, Leo Chu, amazing. Still got an assist to Jordan Morris as always. That connection is amazing. But our defense just isn't working, and what makes it worse is that today is the end of the international signing period, and we were one of 3 MLS teams though we still have until September 13th to announce the signing. I don't know why they can't announce it now if they do, but it looks like the Sounders have made no signings at all this summer period. So the last time they did it was the last time they actually made a signing was actually 2 years ago. They waited 2 years to make a signing, and I think they need some signing. They have the money. They've traded their international spots. They've traded players to get the general allocation money, and you're just not going to do anything with the allocation money. You're just going to save it, play cheap, and you're not going to improve. Like we're somehow we've gotten lucky throughout the MLS season. We've got, I mean, still stayed in there only because everybody else in the Western Conference sucks, and we haven't changed at all since this new, I feel like, revolution of MLS. And now with Messi coming in, all these international players come in. Yes, they're old, but yes, they still are good, and we can't prepare for that. And we're starting to see the Sounders downfall, and we need something new to do with that. I don't know. Brian Schmetzer, our manager's, says that he hasn't been told by Adrian, the owner, that he isn't on the hot seat yet. But I feel like if we can't do anything, if we drop down the standings, I think there's a chance we might have to shake things up. We had a chance to vote out the GM, which we didn't because that was off the CONCACAF Champions League. So now we have to hold on to him for another 4 or 5 years before we can vote him out again, unless he decides to fire him. Though I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think just a bad period for the Sounders. A fake, oh, we're always in it, we're always really good. But now we're starting to see our downfall. We are now 4th in the MLS standings. We need this break to either, hopefully they decide they haven't announced the signing, just to shake up and bring some new energy to the team, or else we just have to take the break as it is and hopefully prepare for the rest of the season. The last 3 games in August will be Atlanta United, then Minnesota, and then Austin FC. Whoa, that was a long rant about the Sounders there. We move on to the United States women national soccer team, who've also been a lot of disappointment here. A lot of disappointment. Only win 3-0 against Vietnam and kind of struggled a little bit. Drawed against Netherlands 1-1, and then no goal draw against Portugal to finish up second, qualify for the round of 16. And the pressure's really coming on US now. Players are disappointed, kind of angry on how the coaches is deciding not to use most of the bench at all, and just trying to stick it with the starters that are getting tired and are going to be out the game. Rose Lavelle, I feel like, who's been a really good player, being able to get the quarter kicks and the free kicks in right in that perfect spot to head it in, though US can't finish it, especially during that Netherlands game where they took 17 shots, 3 to 4 shots in goal, and could only get 1 goal in. Though, to be fair, when you try to pass a bunch into a bunch of Netherlands players that are much taller than you, then you get that, you get that result. We play against Sweden. I think Sweden topped their group, and 2 a.m. Pacific game, so it's gonna be, for the people who watch it, going to be very tired. But I just think this game, we need to show our dominance over Sweden, try to energize this round and knock out, and just try to use probably use more players as well, because obviously the coach isn't doing it, and that's how we can advance in the World Cup and hopefully win that three-peat, because as of right now, it is not looking good. And now, finally, we will talk a little bit about Messi. He is especially on fire. 3 games in the Leagues Cup, has scored a goal in each of them, and has scored 2 in his last 2 games, in a 4-0 victory against Atlanta, and in a 3-1 victory against Orlando to move on against FC Dallas in the next knockout round of the Leagues Cup. And I'm surprised that Messi can just show up to MLS all of a sudden and then just play really good. It shows how good he is and how bad MLS is, because there's a lot of goal scoring. Our defense isn't working, and I think they do it because it gets the views. More goals, more action, not more boring 0-0 draws. Because there's been a lot of scoring on the Leagues Cup. That first and second match day, almost every game scored at least total like 3 goals, if not more. And I I I just don't see the significance of the Leagues Cup, but it works. It's Messi's debut. He hasn't technically played an MLS match yet, and he's just shown up. He's scoring brilliant free kick to score his first MLS goal, selling out tickets, just like an icon for the MLS, which has gotten his more internationals are already flying in. He has his Argentinian teammates getting to join Miami, who somehow can actually afford all of them, not only because all the team owners have paid for it, but they've somehow kept under the salary cap due to international spots and just a bunch of weird loopholes and these loopholes and stuff that MLS has made, so things like this can happen. They can have this big international star come into MLS and even more and fit into one team. It works, and that's something the Sounders aren't doing. Is they can try to just override these restrictions and stuff and get these higher paid players, but like the Mariners, they're not going to pay because they want to play it cheap. Owners like that, they want to save money. I get it, but at some point, fans are going to be tired and calling you out. So that's going to be it for I guess, what has been disappointing in sports, but we'll see what happens. U.S. plays Sunday against Sweden. Sounders, 2 more weeks. Atlanta United and Inter Miami. If you care, Messi plays again against FC Dallas, and then he'll play his first actual MLS match against Charlotte FC on August 20th. I'm Josh Myloh, and this has been Emerald City Sports. Thanks for watching.